Real, creating change through positive intent. Now, there is so much information I would like to impart to you that it became a little bit overwhelming for me as I wasn't sure where to start. So I'm just going to kick into it and go for it. You'll notice throughout these lessons that I use certain breathing techniques. Now, the first one that I do love is the 4 by 4 by 8 or 4 squared breathing method. And this is designed, it can take us into a theta state, which is great for healing, but I actually use it with the intent that it teaches the body that something energetic is going to happen and that when you emerge, you will be different. You may have your own breathing technique, and that's fine, as long as you're using it with the intent that when you emerge from that state, you will be different. That is just fine. Another little breathing technique that I'm using is going to help us develop our visualization skills. And the first time I use this, in just a few moments from now, I'd like you to just go along with it and flow, and then it's what I want you to practice this week. The more you practice this little technique, the better you will be placed for dealing with your own energy. And sooner or later I'm going to ask you to actually become really clear on what it is that you do want. And learning this little visualization technique will help you become clear and define and be able to see or know in the way that you know, in the way that your intuition knows, that you are clear, basically. I'll show you what I mean. If you just like to relax, place your feet on the floor, put your hands on your knees, palm upwards, uncross your arms, put down your cell phone, relax. Now, you can either unfocus your gaze or close your eyes. I'd like you to envisage about the size of a golf ball, a little ball of white light at the bottom of your spine. As you breathe in, I'd like you to raise this little ball of white light all the way to the top of your head. I'd like you to pause, and then when you breathe out, lower the little ball of white light all the way back down to the base of your spine. So breathe in, raise the ball of white light all the way up through your spine, through your neck, to your crown. Pause, breathe out, and lower the little ball of white light all the way down through your spine to the base. Pause, raise the ball of light, try and get it moving nice and smooth, beautiful, all the way up to the top of your head. Pause, lower down, all the way down to the base of your spine. Pause, breathe in, and raise that ball of light, nice and smooth, steady space, nice, all the way up to the top. Pause, breathe out, lower it all the way down, keeping it just as steady on the way down as what you did on the way up. Beautiful. Wiggle your fingers, come back. Now, as you're peeling the potatoes or going about your daily life, if you could just, every now and then, just stop and pause and do this little exercise, this little visualization exercise. So you're just going to breathe in, raise that ball of white light, breathe out, lower that ball of white light. Now, if you start to feel heat or pain coming from the base of your lumbar, just gently reach around to the back and press that energy back down. Okay, we're not trying to raise Kundalini here. It is merely a visualization exercise. Wonderful. Now, here we go, on with the lessons. Coming from a heart-centered space. Okay, now the heart, these are the energy systems that I'll be using throughout the use throughout the courses, or some of them. I'm particularly going to concentrate on the heart and the sacral, because these energy centers have brain cells in them. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so the very cells that are in your brain are also in your heart and in your stomach. And the wonderful thing about these cells is they contain memory. So the heart center is the spiritual uniter of the physical realms and the spiritual realms. So we have the base, the chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakra, and these all meet within the heart chakra. We have the throat, the first of the spiritual centers, which is the throat, the second of the spiritual centers, which is the third eye, and the crown chakra, which again meets within the heart chakra. The reason I've used this depiction is because it shows us the soul chakra at the top and the earth chakra at the bottom. Now, when we're doing our visualizations and meditations, if you could, when you have your feet apart, you have two chakra at the base of your feet, or a chakra on the base of each foot, and in the sole, and these come out separately. But if you envisage them going to the earth star chakra, they reunite, and this makes it easier for penetration through the earth. And same with soul star chakra. As we're going up through our chakras to reach source, or whichever energy system it is that you use, be it goddess or angels, then if we direct our energy up through that one central point, we're able to get a streamlined effect that takes us directly there without any dissipation. Also, if we're looking at the aura body, which goes around our body in an egg-like shape, then having that soul chakra on top gives us a really good starting point for that aura. And if we envisage it coming around and closing again at the earth star chakra, it gives us a really good base point. Now they're both about 12 inches away from the body, although it varies with different people. You can actually feel where these chakras are for you through putting up your either your right or your left hand. You should feel a little energy ball there. We'll get into that a bit more later. But also that soul star chakra, when we are envisaging energy coming down from source, and if we want to have a shower in source energy, then if we envisage it coming through from that point and then spreading out and down and around there, it's just a really good visualization technique. Now, okay, the heart chakra. Now I've already mentioned how this is where our energy centers join within our body, okay, where the physical meets the spiritual. The electromagnetic energy within this chakra is 50 times more powerful than that of the brain. When they do readings of the brain and the heart readings, they know that the output of the heart is 50 times stronger than that of the brain. Now this center actually pulses. Not only pulses in and out, but it moves round and round in a spiral. Traditionally we would see this as a lotus and opening up. And I'm going to encourage you to think more of this in the way of a vortex. Now, the reason for this is that the energy not only flows in and through the heart chakra, but it also goes out. And also because when people are talking of chakra, they often think of them as being perhaps starting within the body. Same with our aura. We think it emanates from our body. But as we go on and we learn more about energy, we find that energy is the greater there is more energy than what there is dense matter. And it actually emanates from without the body into the body as the vibration slows down. Sound a bit confusing at the moment? That's okay, it will become clear. So energy actually starts on the outside and works down to become us. Okay. Now, this heart chakra is the most important energy system within our body. And we place a lot of beliefs around it, and a lot of them are illusion. Things like, oh, my heart's blocked, oh, I'm heartbroken, oh, my heart aches. Now, these are societal conditionings that we've placed over our heart, or we've allowed and owned and taken on those beliefs as our own. So here we see the swirling energy of the heart chakra. Now I'd just like you to pause here and go and get a glass of water if you haven't done so already, because it's going to be really important to the second part of the visualization exercise that I've got planned for today. Okay, so I'm taking it you've been away, you've got your glass of water. If you could just put that to the side for now. Awesome. I'd like you to sit down, relax, put your cell phone down, place your feet flat on the floor, place your hands on your knees, palm upwards. Beautiful. Now I'm going to take us into our first full squared breathing technique, and we're going to open up this heart chakra for good. You ready? Going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, return to normal breathing. Place the tip of your tongue behind your top teeth to complete an energetic circuit. Lower your eyes down 30 degrees towards the center of your chest. And here, in the center of your chest, perhaps you can see or feel your heart chakra. I'd just like you to imagine or feel or know that the center is opening. Now, I'd like you to reach through the center and find you as a little child. The first time you were hurt, perhaps you were yelled at, perhaps you were hit, perhaps your parents got divorced. Whatever the trauma was that made you decide that you needed to shield your heart or hide your heart. Have you found that child? Beautiful. Now bring that child into the light. Take it by the hand and gently walk with them into the light. Beautiful. Now reach into that child's chest and pull out the withered little heart inside, the little heart that has been so hurt and is so bound, that black withered thing. Place it in the palm of your hand. Now, come back through your heart center with the heart in your hand. Move up. Raise your eyes 30 degrees. Move up through your throat, through your third eye, through your crown, up through the soul star chakra, up through the roof of the house, out past your town, up to the atmosphere. Looking down you can see the world. Up through space, through starry space, up through the void, up through the angelic realms, up through the veil to the light of Source. Now, take that withered little heart and place that little heart before the light of Source, and allow the light of Source to revitalize it. Watch the heart come alive. See it glowing with that beautiful loving Source energy. See it pumping full and whole and golden. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Source. Now, take the heart, come back down through the veil, down through the angelic realm, down through deep dark space, down through starry space, down through the earth's atmosphere, down back to your town, down through the roof of your house, down through the soul star chakra, in through the crown of your head, through your third eye, through your throat, back to the heart. Now move back through your heart to your little child and place that beautiful new revitalized heart into your little child. Beautiful. Watch her come alive. Now, pull your child to you and hug her. Let her know that you're there now. You'll support her. You'll stop her being hurt anymore. You love her. And watch as the little child melts into your heart. Feel her moving into your heart center and becoming one with you. Beautiful. And now, I'd like you to take a hammer and some nails. And whilst your heart is so beautifully open as it is, I'd like you to, be you imagining it as a vortex or as a lotus, go around the outside of that heart chakra and nail it open. Bang in those nails all the way around. All the way around. Nail the center open. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. Nail it in. All the way. Come on, give it some force. That is wonderful. Now, whilst we're still in this space, if you could just reach for your glass of water. And what I'd like you to do is breathe in through your nose and push the energy down to the base of your spine. And as you're breathing out, I would like you to pull the breath up to your heart, out through your shoulders, and through the palms of your hands and into the water. And I'd like you to direct that loving energy into the water. So we're breathing in through the nose, pushing the breath down to the base of our spines. We're breathing out through our mouths, pushing the energy up to our hearts, around and through our shoulders and down through the palms of our hands, so the loving energy fills the water. We're breathing in through our noses, pushing the breath all the way down to the base of our spines, breathing out through our mouths, drawing the energy up to our hearts and around and into the water. Beautiful. Put your water aside. Wiggle your fingers and come back. Now, What has changed for you? Throughout today, it would be really great if you could find a child or a toddler and just keep that energy going. See if you can have some heart communion, some loving communion with another being, especially in the energy of the child. Within your hands right now, if you could envision a ball of energy. Remember how hearts are still pulsing, even though they're wide open. If you start to feel it closing up, or start to place a belief on it that it's closing up again, just nudge it back open, hammer in another nail. It'll all be good. Now, in your palms, I want you to envisage you've got a beautiful ball of green energy, or a bowl, maybe a crystal bowl, and just gently pulse this against your chest, against your chakra, as we say some affirmations. I am whole. I am healed. I am a loving extension of source energy. I am loving and I am loved. I am whole. Beautiful. Now throughout today, if you could take tiny sips of your love water and just notice what you notice. Notice how you feel as you're sipping it. If you'd like to write these down either in the Facebook group or in your own journal for sharing, that would be absolutely wonderful. I'm going to end this little lesson here, as I think it's really important that you allow yourself to sit and feel this loving energy and trust that you can return to this energy at any time. Much love.